Hi, this is Socks for Mom, Becky, and I have a little bit of a new setup today that I'm going to try. 4th of July weekend is almost upon us, and I've been stitching on Patriotic stuff, which I will continue to do probably until mid-July, and then I'm going to transition into, I want to do some Christmas in July stitching, which I will show you what I'll be working on. And then August, I will transition into bees. So something I found that's really working for me is that I use the weekends to do seasonal things, and during the week, I work on my sows. I will show you those live. But this is American Eagle, and it came out of Blackbird Designs Sweet Land of Liberty. And I stitched it on 32 count. It took me several years of falling in and out of love with it because it was on the 32 count weeks, which I wasn't crazy about. So I took it to the Hill Country Stitchers Retreat last November and was cheered on to get it done. So I worked on it that weekend and finished it up. I laced and framed it myself. I had this frame, but it's too satiny to me. Satin finish. I want to rough and buff it. So I'm going to get some of that rough and buff that my friend Olivia keeps talking about. I'm going to buy some of that at Hobby Lobby tomorrow and rough this up some. But this is Sweet Land of Liberty book, Blackbird Designs, and the pattern is American Eagle. And I used all the called for threads. And something I stitched out of this last time, or a couple years ago, was this little pillow right here. And I made this in memory of my father-in-law, who was a colonel in the Air Force. He was a navigator on a B-52. When he was a young man, he went on a volunteer mission with his crew to simulate what would happen to a plane that dropped a hydrogen bomb, I believe. So that was something he did with his crew, kind of scary. He said they had special goggles on, they had blackout shields on the windows, and he said he looked up and he could see through his hands. He could see all the bones. So this piece is to commemorate him. So now let me show you what I've been working on this year. Out of this book, I've also been working on Salute to Abigail. You see all that? It's on 32 count. I'm not sure what 32 count, but it's easy to take in the car. I can stitch on this when I'm driving back and forth to Colorado or wherever I'm going. And so that's my car patriotic stitch. I'm using the DMC, and it's really pretty. When it's finished, I will probably dunk it in a tea bath to make it a little bit more grungier. And so that's what I've been working on there from that book. So now let me show you a few more things I've been working on. I have this really pretty bag from my friend Christy, Crosshatch Quilts. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people with this bag, but she's such a sweet and dear friend. Okay, the next thing I will show you is Flag Folk. Oh, I just realized that it has the same name as this new pattern I bought. Flag Folk by Plum Street. I have now seen this in person twice and absolutely love it. So I ordered it to start. I'm going to insert a picture of, I took a picture of it at the Sampler Guild of the Rockies retreat a couple Saturdays ago, and I'm going to be starting this. I don't know when, but it's on my radar, my closer radar. So this is Flag Folk by Not Forgotten Farms. I started this in this was our January 1st start, my friend Pat and I. And I just have working copy, and I had printed the cover off to put on Instagram, you know, whenever I do an Instagram post. So that's Flag Folk by Not Forgotten Farms. I'm stitching it on 36 count, Picture This Plus Wren. And I started it on New Year's Day with Pat. Pat's Instagram name is What Do I Stitch Next? Which is a pretty accurate characterization of Pat. This is one of my bags, and this is the America thread keep. All my Patriotic thread keeps are on sale July 1st through July 4th. They'll be automatically marked down 20% in my Etsy shop, in case you're interested. So that's Flag Folk. I'm gonna put this away because it drives me really crazy to have a pile of stuff to put away after this is over. I don't see the threads around here for that. Oh, here they are. They're really pretty. The red in it is Ruby Slippers. And the blue is Twilight. I did change that color. I remember now, I changed that color. And then there's Bullfrog in here. So that's a fun piece. So let's see what's next. I've also been working on Baltimore Salt Box by Brenda Gervais. I actually bought this box, and so I will be finishing it out just like this. And this is on Mushroom Lugana, 28 count Mushroom Lugana, and it uses a variety of Gentle Arts, Classic Color Works, and Weeks Dye Works. So that's fun. Another thing I've been working on is, nope, not that one. I started this with my friends Vanessa and Pat. We decided to abandon it, but I'm back on it again because I really like it. Okay, what's happening here? Don't really want you to have to look at that stand back there. I find it distracting. And I'm losing my light, so I'm gonna have to make this really fast. This will really look dark. This is on, let me show you the picture. It's from Souvenirs of Summer, and it's Summer Jubilee. And my old brick did not have this variegation like this. So as you see, it just kind of looks pink, and I wasn't really happy about that, but I'm not unhappy enough to rip it out. So when I was in Denver, I went to the stitching store. Is that what it's called? It's called a stitching shop. And this is the thread key that I think is perfect for it because the flag is like that. This is my Liberty Lady. And I picked out, let me just show you. These colors right here are old brick. I pulled all the old bricks I had, and none of them were variegated. But the ladies there helped me find this limited edition Berry Splash. And if you can see, it has some variegation in it. Can you see that? Has some purples and darker colors. So going forward, I'll be using that. The red is pomegranate. A lot of people change that, but I actually really like it. So I will leave mine like that. Okay, let me move a little faster. I started, well, I've had this started. I started a new constellation to go with my Heritage Sampler by Plum Street. And this is what I have. It's on 36 count Oaken. And it's so pretty, I love it. I just today, my Dazer lamp arrived, and I'm so excited because I struggle with 1/1, and I have a whole lot of 1/1 right there to do, as you can see. So this is really pretty. This is Abigail Adams, and this tells her story of getting married to her first husband, and then here she is meeting with the constitutionalist to design the flag, and there's the flag. It's just a really pretty piece. So I worked on that. And then the last thing I worked on that I cannot find a picture for, but I'm gonna stick it in, is this la-di-da piece that has a bird with a flag and writing underneath that says, "My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing." And I'll make that into a long pillow. So a couple other things I want to show you real quick are I did buy this new pattern, Flag Folk. And I also bought this cute berry pattern by Erica Michaels. And then I've started needle punching. Let me pull all these out. Sorry for the scrambling. I'm working on this right now. And I bought this, was Teresa Kogut's release at Nashville. She has that mounted on a book. And then when I was just researching punch needle, I discovered that Vonna Pfeiffer has a punch needle. She has several videos where she takes you through this piece and you watch her punch, and she explains things and gives you tips, and she gives you homework. And I'm all about the homework stuff, as you guys know. So I've got all the DMC for that. And this pattern is called American Roots by Threads That Bind. And it comes already drawn up like that. So I'll be working on that. So that, my friends, is my patriotic segment. I hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July. And be safe, be careful. My grandkids are coming into town this week. It's been a long time, 2 or 3 years since they've been to Texas, so I'm super excited. So happy 4th.